Hi, thank you for meeting with me today. I am conducting this interview to learn more about your experiences and skills that connect to this position. We'll cover areas such as communication, leadership, and organization. This should only take about 5 minutes, and your insights will help me better understand your qualifications. By the end of this interview, I hope to gain a clear picture of your background, skills, and goals. To start off, tell me a little bit about yourself and what motivated you to pursue this career path.
Absolutely. My name's Eddie Yaman. I'm from upstate New York. And I guess what motivated me to choose this career path was just as a young kid getting involved in the sport of baseball. I've always wanted to, I don't know, play this professionally. As a young kid, just growing up playing in the backyard with my brother, just like dreaming of situations, playing wiffle ball, having a lot of fun with him, I think is what sparked my love for the game. And then just continuing to play the game and enjoy it. And as I grew and got better and kind of found a deeper passion for it, was able to build a platform for myself. And I don't know, just fell in love with the side of the game that now allows me to connect to others and help others is really what made me now fall in love with the game.
So, to further off of that question, where do you see yourself in 5 years and how does this position fit into your goals?
In 5 years, I see myself playing um, in Major League Baseball for some organization. This position allows me to get more insight um, in the game itself, and to also learn just more about what I need to do to get there. I think that this position will give me a good foundation for the rest of my career.
So, what would you say your strongest skills are, and which skills do you keep or wanting to keep on improving?
Yeah, I think my strongest skills are honestly my mental toughness and my ability to just kind of be resilient in tough situations, to kind of, I don't know, progress in areas where some people would not. I like to learn more from my failures. I think you learn more from failure than you do from success at the end of the day. And I think that when you have mental toughness, it allows you to do that. In terms of areas I'd like to improve upon would probably be my networking. I don't really network a whole lot. I don't really have a great um, source of connections outside of the game of baseball. So I'd like to, be able to network a little bit more and talk to people outside of just my field that I'm trying to get involved in.
Why do you believe you would be a good fit for this role?
I believe that I would be a good fit because I'm a very hardworking person. I work well with others. I'm very driven and motivated, high strung. I think that I bring a great energy, not only just for myself, but I can elevate those around me as well with that energy that I bring. Um, and I think that I have a lot of experience within the field itself, and that I'd be able to bring a lot to the table, not only from myself, but I'd be able to elevate those around me.
Tell me about a time when you had to explain a complex idea clearly to coworkers or clients, or in your case, teammates and coaches.
Yeah. I think a situation like that would be when I was getting recruited to come here to LSU, to play baseball here. Coach Johnson flew up to Cape Cod and he put me through an interview process, basically just wondering about my life. And I had to explain to him not only where I came from and how I grew up, but also the difficult times that I had to go through, from high school baseball to college baseball, dealing with injuries. And I guess the complex situation would be that I'm trying to get to is like my freshman year, dealing with a lot of adversity in college and not really understanding how to go through that. I had to explain to him that that allowed me to be the person I am today. You know, just being able to grow from those failures, honestly, is what created that mental toughness that I spoke earlier about. And it's what allowed me to kind of grow into the person I am today. So that would be a great, I think, example of that was that whole process when he flew up to meet with me and we spoke for about an hour and a half just about my entire life.
So, to dive more into organizational skills, how do you keep yourself organized when managing several projects or tasks at once?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we talk about in our locker room specifically is, how you do anything is how you do everything. So kind of just keeping a clean locker is a great way to start. Keeping just everything neat and tidy around me so that I know where everything is, would be a great way to go about it. I have a calendar in my locker. I have our schedule in my locker as well. And then our plans are up on the board. And then same thing in terms of my house at home. I like to keep everything clean around me because I think that keeping, physically things clean will allow you to keep yourself mentally clean. You'll be able to have clarity and like not really kind of be in a rush and like scattered and forgetting where things are or where you're going or what you have to do. I think just taking a few minutes every day to just make sure that you know where you're going, everything around you is kind of picked up and tidy will allow you to kind of be clean, not only in your workspace, but, with the coworkers around you in terms of schedule and mental clarity.
Can you describe an example of when your creativity directly helped solve a problem at school, work, or another setting, such as practice or any baseball related scenarios?
Yeah, absolutely. College World Series last year. One of my good friends and I, we knew we weren't going to play in the game, and we had to wake up at 9 in the morning the next day. We had a choice to either kind of be creative and elevate those around us when we had just gotten back to the hotel at 12:30 in the morning, knowing we had to go to bed and eat dinner and then get up at 7 to go hit and get stretched out, get ready to go for this 10 o'clock game. Um, Him and I found a way, like we had the music going. We got everybody around us elevated, and we found different creative ways just to like make those around us, laugh and smile and be in a good mood instead of being tired and lazy. And like not realizing that you have a huge opportunity in front of you to be get to, not have to, is a way that I like to look at it. We got to get up in the morning and go play that game. We didn't have to. We got to. It was a opportunity, and those are not given to everybody. Those are earned. And I think that our way of getting creative and elevating those around us to be just as optimistic about the opportunity was a way that I was able to do that.
Tell me about a time when you had to work under a strict deadline. How did you manage it? Just your time management and your focus on those deadlines.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my deadlines are a lot stricter than I think a lot of people's, because my schedule kind of restricts my ability to do a lot of things. So I'm always kind of working. I have to get certain assignments in before I go on trips. Otherwise, they will not get done and I'll be late. So, like in terms of school, um, kind of always just have to work ahead and kind of not procrastinate and wait to the last minute to do assignments and tasks. I kind of have to get ahead on them, get in with my advisor, and get on top of those deadlines before they even kind of get close to coming up. So last year, a few papers I had to get in. I had to do them well before I had to turn them in for the deadline. But for me, it was a very strict deadline because if I didn't get it done within those 3 days before I left for a week, it wasn't going to happen. So um, kind of just finding time and navigating throughout my schedule to get things done is something I have to do regularly.
Can you share an example of when you had to work through a conflict with a team member? How did you handle it?
Yeah, I mean, we run into those all the time, honestly. Conflicts between teammates is something that's going to happen. They're like for your family members. I'm sure that anybody that has family members understands that they love them, but you kind of always are going to fight about something. There's going to be disagreements. There's going to be hard times, and I won't really give specific examples, but the way we kind of work through them is, just kind of giving each other some space, honestly, for a little bit. Maybe it's a day, maybe it's a couple of days, but we always end up talking about it. We're around each other every second of every day, basically. So I guess anytime there's a conflict and anybody knows about it, to be honest with you, they will make sure that the teammates talk about it because we're a big no drama program. It's what we like to preach. from day one in our first meetings. It's no drama program. We don't have drama in our locker room. We don't have drama outside of our locker room, on the field, off the field. And that's because we're able to have tough conversations between one another. We don't run away from them. We have to have them face to face, or they're not going to be had. And if you don't have them, then things don't get resolved. So I think the best way that I do it typically is just talk face to face. Even if it takes a couple days to do it, you always get it done.
Describe a situation where you demonstrated leadership skills, even if you weren't the designated leader.
Yeah, absolutely. Today, practice, first practice of like our 20-hour weeks, schedules getting busier. A lot of new faces that hadn't experienced one of our 6-hour practices yet. So, um, not a lot of guys knew what they were doing. And I found myself a few times today kind of just pulling guys aside. Even like just when I saw they looked confused or they weren't sure about what to do, like how to do something or what a sign was or what a sign meant. Um, it takes 2 seconds to just tell them so that they don't look stupid because nobody wants to ask that uncomfortable question of what was that or how do you do that, because then it looks like you weren't paying attention, but really you were. It's just a lot of information taken. So me being somebody that was here last year and kind of understands how everything goes, and I was in those positions last year, um, and at times guys took me under their wing, and did the same thing for me, so I felt obligated that I now have to kind of step into that leadership position and do the same. So kind of just today, during a few drills, just kind of pulling guys aside that obviously looked kind of lost or uncomfortable or didn't know what they were doing, and just kind of showing them through it and how to get it done.
Well, awesome. That was my final question. Thank you for taking the time to share your experiences and insights with me. Your responses have given me a clear picture of your skills and goals, which will be very helpful moving forward. I'll review what we have discussed and consider how your background fits into this opportunity. Thanks again. It was great speaking with you today.
Awesome. Thank you very much.